Welcome back to Ultimate Alchemy. Time to get to that canola, I think. If we have a look in our inventory, we've got a bucket. We can grab some of this refined canola oil from here. That has now got another bucket available, but it does take a little while to come through, fair enough. And into here we can throw one crystallized canola seed. And this gets us crystallized oil. We're going to leave it there for a moment, because we're going to go and process these seeds. Now that we've got this, I need some light on the subject. Do I have any glowstone? I usually do. Yeah. Let's put it there. There we go. It's looking a lot nicer. All right. So the empower then. Not too hard to understand. I've just put some hoppers around the outside, and have I filled all of them? Yes, I have, with regular canola seeds. And in the middle, you place whatever you want to be transformed. In this case, crystallized. They should take energy, and almost immediately, they're producing the upgraded version. So we can grab that seed, head back around here, and drop it in. There we go. We should have empowered oil. Yep, in a bucket. Fine. So that takes us towards Puzzle. Puzzle needs a bottling machine or cast with empowered oil and dirt. And I think we can just do that with a cast and some dirt. So just put one in there. Grab our oil. Make sure everything's off, and then put it into a drain. And that should have gone into our system. Do we have Puzzle? We do. Good. It's a quick one to get out of the way. Diamonds? Diamonds. For diamonds, we're going to need basically coal. So we're going to need to turn this, which is just a coke oven by itself, into sort of a production line, probably heading that way. And we can do it alongside this, that's fine. To get stuff into it, of course, the first thing we need is charcoal. So we can get a redstone furnace and pop you there. And these may well be able to auto pull and auto push, auto output, auto input. So let's try output and input. In fact, do I want input on top? Doesn't matter, but let's just make it a little bit more compact and put the input on the top. Then I can put the power on the bottom. So on the top, I'm just going to stuff an item barrel. It's already pulled some stuff in. This is not upgraded yet. It's going to have to get much faster. And why don't we just get a flux point? There we go. And I'm going to need more than one of these, I think. So I'm just going to attach this one here. Select our network and remove the limit. Okay, so that's going to start producing charcoal. That should then get pushed into the coke oven, hopefully. Or maybe not. Maybe it can't auto push through this. It's not a problem if it can't. I guess we can just move it. Can we put... I know we can put it into the left side because I've tried that before. If I just put that there and I tell us to put to the back, will it remove it? No. Okay, so we'll just go by regular conduits then. No problem. I'm just going to have to move it. So let's grab you. And we should just be able to put it on this side, then put the redstone furnace on top, because then it should auto output to the bottom. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. And then we'll put our barrel on top, and we'll need to put our flux point probably behind it, but no problem there. Flux point already configured. All right, are you now going to feed into here? Yep, it's fine. And they should automatically, I would have thought, get pushed into here. I have had that. Oh no, hang on. We need one more step. That's why. We need a pulverizer. It's not regular charcoal that can go in here. It has to be the pulverized version. So we're going to, let's see if can we actually auto output to the right now. Let's have a look. Looks like we can. Yeah, it's just my mistake. So that's working just fine, and it's producing coal, which is what we want. Let's just feed that in there. All right, that means then we're going to want to be pulling coal out and then turning it into diamonds. So diamonds has a bit of a chain attached to this. So we're going to have to go back through a few stages. Arc furnace is the final step. It needs some lapis and it needs some compressed coal balls. Working backwards, compressed coal balls are on a metal press with a metal press mold and a dense coal ball. So we'll get as far as we can before we're going to need to make steel, obviously. But dense coal balls are bricks, which are gravel. That's easy. Compressed coal ball. So it's compressed twice, basically. Compressed once, and then it's printed into a compressed coal ball. Fine. So compressed coal ball, we'll go back. Coal ball, which means pulverized coal. So we need to pull out the coal from this, pulverize it, combine it with flint, and flint comes from gravel. So we can make gravel along the lines of that. And combine the two in a crafter. So let's get the let's get the pulverizer started. And we're going to need to pull out a specific thing from here, which is trivial because it auto inputs. So we can just put coal, go into pulverized coal, and then the pulverized coal is going to need to go into a crafter. So we're going to need one of those. Do I have any of my tools? Yes, I do. Okay, we don't necessarily want auto output on this. As long as this can be used as an inventory, the crafter should be able to pull from it. So we'll pop you there. And I'm going to just put some conduit down. Actually, it's probably worthwhile making some more conduit and then running. Yeah, I'm going to need more conduit. Let's just run it from that already. Energy conduit. One in the system, but that's not enough. This should be enough. Alright, and let's connect you up. There we go. They all should be running. Yep. Yep, that's fine. So now getting pulverized coal. We need gravel. And we already have a gravel setup, so we could just export. But again, it's probably simple just to set it up. Gravel recipe. Or making gravel. Oh, actually, it needs iron pickaxes and bowls. Yeah, I don't like that. How much gravel do we have in the system? Do we have a lot? We have nearly 10,000. So I think I do actually want to export it here. And do I actually want to just export it? I want to make it available in some kind of a way that this can just take it. Or even another crafter, actually, that will take it. Because, yeah, let's put you one down there. Because this one's going to need to make the prerequisite step. It's going to need to make the flint. So flint's just going to need multiple gravel. So we'll start this off manually and I'll hook it up to the system later. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And as our input, it starts producing output of flint. Flint, on the other hand, we can tell it to make in here. And also, let's get some pulverized coal and tell it to make, there we go, coal balls. And it's already started. Coal balls, we then need to transform again. So let's take a look at coal ball. No, the regular kind. So we're now going to need a metal press, which is Immersive Engineering, and we're going to need to make metal press molds, and we're going to be heading probably that away. So I think I'm going to expand this platform a little bit, and we'll come back once I've done that. Okay, to get started with steel, we need our usual blast furnace setup. Now, the first version of it, the Crude blast furnace, you can see it's processing quite fast. I'll show that in a second. Is not meant to be automated. You can't feed stuff into it, so although I do have a redstone furnace on the back, it can't insert. I have to go and grab that manually. You need an upgraded, the improved blast furnace to actually do that. However, first of all, on top we've got this ender porcupine. We can't speed this up with just a mechanical user because the center block needs to be touched by this, and of course it's a 3x3. So the ender porcupine I've put it on top. easiest place to actually do it, because the Y level is, you never get mixed up between X and Z. Y level's always in the middle. So it's the -2, -2, and then it's this ender porcupine is like a phantom face. It's actually equivalent to the center block here, which is then being accelerated by four of these. So in here we've got 6 blocks of steel already, and if we have more coal coke, yep, there we go. Because I've done this before quite recently in stone block, I don't want to cover it again, but it's very, very straightforward for the Crude blast furnace. And you'll see it's already, I mean, it's processing more than fast enough to get me the steel I need for all the other bits and pieces. So we've got plenty of steel there, and we got even more. So we need to get the other ingredients. So you're going to want to use a book and a lever to make, where is it, engineer's manual. And there we go. So this is the thing we want, the metal press. It needs a heavy engineering block. Heavy engineering blocks are just steel in the compactor again. We get steel plates. And then you can make a heavy engineering block. We're going to want 2, I think. We need to make the steel component first. But we get 2 out of this recipe anyway, so that's pretty good. And it's rearrange my inventory again. If anyone knows what's doing that, please do let me know. Yes, there we go. Let's just get rid of those. All right, so back here again, we're going to be crafting coal balls. Those coal balls, on the other hand, are going to need to go somewhere else. Let's look at the coal ball recipe again. Okay, so we're going to need to make the metal press and feed in the dense coal balls. Those are going to come from compressed, which come from regular coal balls again in the metal press. So we're going to need to make the metal press up twice, and so once, and then into a crafter, and then again. And we're going to need metal press. Still, we're going to need more steel plates, and some wire cutters, I think. Yeah. So, and obviously a workbench, but I'll cover that in a little bit. First of all, we want to make the press itself. So if we're going to feed from there, it's not going to auto output, so we could try and feed it directly. If we are, we're going to need some flat filters. Flat transfer node on output mode. Yep. And then this depends whether this will work or not. We'll see very shortly. Scaffolding is on the bottom, I think. You can always check in the book. Where's the book? There it is. Scaffolding in the bottom, redstone in the middle, piston pointing down, and then the thing on top. Okay. So scaffolding. Redstone engineering block. Piston pointing downwards, so we want to just place a block in for a second. And then we want the engineering block on the top. Then hopefully we can go and replace the piston. There we go. And then we just want two conveyor belts. Do they have to be facing a certain way? I guess they're going to want to be facing towards me because they're going to want to be moving stuff that way. So where are my conveyor belts? There they are. Which way do they face when I... Ooh, that's nice. Yes, that's much better. I think that's a recent thing. Okay. And yeah, it's feeding the coal balls already through, which is why I was just wondering. We just need to hit this with an engineer's hammer. Where's my hammer? And we get a metal press. Okay, so the metal press, we do need to make the mold now. So we need to make a workbench and a blueprint. And there are multiple blueprints, so be a little bit careful about that. Workbench. Yeah, engineer's workbench is going to need creosote. Yeah, treated wood. And that's not going to be too hard to make. We've already got creosote coming out of this redstone furnace. Yep, the redstone furnace has an upgrade. It will, once you put this upgrade in, the pyrolytic conversion, it will do the whole creosote thing, which means we have creosote for days, and that means we have the ability to go and make creosote wood. So let's just go into our system. We want some planks. We have some. Lots. And again, we can make treated wood planks. throw that away. And the workbench is probably treated with planks. It is, and treated wood. So we just need some sticks. I may run out here, but that's pretty typical. Yeah, you're one short. So I just need another batch. No problem. Let's go make another batch. One. And planks again. I'm not sure whether we're actually going to need enough immersive engineering for me to actually automate this side of things, but we'll see very shortly. Workbench. We just need a crafting table of any kind. Okay, workbench. We also want the pliers. I think the pliers. Let's go for the blueprint first. There are 5. We want the one for the metal press molds. So, aluminium I've not got. Steel plate I probably have. Lapis and paper we probably have the ability to get most of that. Let me just put some more. Yeah, I need to put that down somewhere. Let me just get some more steel plates made up. We'll just put half of that in there. That's fine. I shove the rest in the system. And what was the other thing? Lapis, wasn't it? So we're going to want some ink sacks. Yeah, I've got enough of those that we can just sacrifice them to the atomic reconstructor. Blue. 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 No, take the lens color away. Blue. Blue. There we go. Okay. And we have enough steel plates now. Yeah, even one should be enough. So there we go. Get the blueprint. Metal press molds. 1 blueprint. And then the rest is just more steel plates, I think, for the recipe. Let's just see what that's used in. We need to find the recipe for the mold. And we're going to need 2 of these. And use wire cutters. I thought they were called pliers. Wire cutters. Fair enough. And we need a couple more than that. But let's just put these down. Bench. Not sure where to put this. Let's put it in front of this blast furnace. Seems an appropriate place for it. And there we go. We're going to want to have this one. So 5 steel plate, 1 engineer's wire cutters. Gives us the recipes right away. How many have I got? 3. Are there any more in the system? Or can I just grab some more from this? Yep, we've got enough. At least for 1 mold. Mold. Okay. So then we can go and put this underneath here. And that will now stamp the coal balls into the compressed version. Coal ball. That's the compressed version. So the compressed one will come out of here. And then we just need to feed it into a crafter of some kind, I think. Or indeed even to a chest. And then the crafter can just grab from the chest and feed the other way. So let's just grab a chest. In fact, a barrel will actually do. It's probably a drawer even. Yeah. It's only a single item we're going to be interested in this. So let's just click there. Yeah, not where I wanted it. I just want to be able to see it from this side, so let's just place a block down or something. There we go. So that's going to go there. We're going to get the mechanical crafter. That will then take it from there into the next thing. And then from the mechanical crafter, we're going to want another flat transfer node. And then the rest will pull into the next metal press. So let's get the flat. There it goes. And then we're free to put down another metal press. So quickly, steel scaffolding. Redstone block. I need to dig down. Yes, well, not quite as much as I thought. And let's just put some scaffolding down and the heavy engineering block. Grab that back. And get a piston. Conveyors. 1 And 2. And we should be done. Where's my hammer? There it is. Another metal press. So I just need some more steel plates. Let's just grab those. You should be done. Yep, plenty of them. And then we're going to compress things again. So let's just grab all view. And we should be good to go. That's going to get us the compressed coal. Compressed coal ball. Sorry, it's going to get us a dense coal ball. And then we need to compress that one more time, I think. Let's just see. Where is this? So coal ball is what comes out of here. That goes into going to be compressed into this. This in turn needs to be crafted into the dense coal ball, which needs to be put through. No, we don't need another metal press. We just need an arc furnace. Okay. So now we need to look at this, what it says for arc furnace. Let's go back. Arc furnace. And that's going to need a lot more stuff. Wow. Wow. Yes. Why don't I craft that off camera? I don't think there's anything in there that we can't already do. Blocks of steel, steel scaffolding, engineering blocks, reinforced blast brick. Ooh, reinforced blast brick. What does that take? That might be one of those things. It's a steel plate and a blast brick. And blast brick needs lots of this. We've got 77 netherrack, but I've got a system ready to be able to produce more, and that's not hard. I can just turn this on right here. That's going to go into there, and this is already set up, so all I need to do is supply it with more stone, and it will continually produce netherrack. Now let's just put more in here. Essentially infinite netherrack at this point. We'll then grab it from here, of course. That'll get an entire stack, and that'll get us the nether brick that we need. Now that took a little bit of time to manufacture, but we've got everything we actually need now. Just a quick note, I have put another ender porcupine up on top of this. This massively speeds up the coke oven. It's kept full with just a single mechanical user there. We could upgrade this pulverizer even further. It's got 2 upgrades of the augment auxiliary reception coil, so it's making these things quite fast. They're going across here into this box. We've got 29 of them. And of course, this is going to need gravel exporting from our system, but otherwise it's fine so far. So if I just keep that going while we do other stuff, let's just basically feed in some manual gravel. And we need some here as well to make flint, but that's still going okay. And let's just actually feed in some more. In fact, it does have, it has 1. Yeah, let's fix that. Okay. So that'll be fine on manual for a little while. And it's going to get all the way down here where it's making the compressed coal balls. On this side, I built another coke oven. Now, I don't think I'm going to need it. I can probably just speed this coke oven up to the point where it supplies more than enough. But just in case we need an independent source, that's making, as you might expect, the coal, which is converted into blocks of coal by this mechanical crafter, comes down here into the back of here. And again, remember that this is not automatable. We need the upgraded version for that. But for here, for now, if I need some steel, I can just drop it in and we're going to get blocks of steel back out. So the arc furnace then is a huge thing. And I'm not going to chain it onto the end because it has inputs and outputs all over the place. So I'm going to want to actually just put it down however I want to, really. So let's just put it down. It needs some steel scaffolding first, and it needs a cauldron to the right of it, and I think the rest are going to be slabs, at least on this first row. So let's get the slabs out. 1, 2, 3. And if we look at this blueprint for it, we're going to want a row of slabs and then 2 rows of 3 slabs, so that's fine. So 1, 2, and then this is sort of a floor area. Am I one short? I shouldn't be. Am I missing something in the blueprint? That looks right to me. But why am I short then? Well, we can make more of those. That's not a problem. Just need the crafting grid. Okay, hopefully I got this right. And then what's the rest in that first layer? The rest is some sheet metal around this side. These two are steel blocks, however, so don't get them wrong. Otherwise the whole thing won't work. Well, we'll see whether the whole thing works anyway. So we want sheet metal for the others. I'm probably going to put a muffler in for that noise. And then we want a heavy engineering block at the back. So that's row 1. Okay, so row 2 is more steel, heavy and light engineering blocks. So that again will not be too bad to actually make. So blocks of steel. The light engineering blocks are representative of the power inputs, I think. Yeah. And then we got the reinforced, or the first layer of the reinforced blast brick. You're just going to need a lot of netherrack, basically, to get that going. There we go. And is it just heavy engineering blocks on the others? Looks like it. So let's get that. Heavy engineering. Okay. And then last, well, it's not lastly, it's next to last. We're just going to want another layer of steel, another sheet metal, and then more light engineering blocks and everything else. So, right, light engineering. And this is usually the point at which you see me fail and things just don't work. Because if I've got this block form even wrong, even once, then things just will not assemble. And that will be bad. So we need 12 here, so we need to come out one more. Alright, and then what is it? It's just the... Whoops. Let's just grab the sheet metal off the corners. Steel for the ends. And we're on to the last row, I think. Which, next to last, actually. Which is 9, and then light, and then scaffolding. Okay, and that's easy enough to remember. Light in the middle, and scaffolding either side of it. And what's the last block up here? 3 light, 2 scaffolding. 1, 2, and 3 light. And then we need to hit it on one of the sides. And, well, let's pick a side. I'm not sure where we actually need to hit it. So, well, here's where I find out if it's gone wrong. Will you assemble? Will you even tell me why you won't assemble? That's the usual problem. 1 second. I need to study this in detail to find out where I've gone wrong. 1 second. Now that's why I ended up with slabs. I built these bottom layers one level basically too far back. So we just need to take out this sort of row and this sort of row. In fact, we don't even need to do that. We can just take out... let's grab that back. I'm going to need to place those down. We just need to remove that block. And this one. And then we should be able to move these back. There we go. So, scaffolding and the cauldron. Cauldron there, scaffolding there, and hopefully now you'll assemble. No? Am I still missing stuff? 1 second. Ah, yeah, I was just missing this redstone block, I would assume. Let's give that a go. Well, now will you assemble? You will! Yeah, okay, so this is a pretty complicated machine. I think the inputs are right here, which is why I was facing it this way, and that we're going to bring stuff up from that direction. So if we just right-click on this, see there's an awful lot of stuff. So let's look at the diamonds. Diamond. And it's in the arc furnace. So we're going to need lapis, we're going to need compressed coal balls, and we'll get diamond out of it. We'll take 32,000 RF. Sorry, it takes 32,000 RF per tick to actually do this. Do we have enough to do that? Well, we probably have a storage of it, but we may have to build up the storage to make a diamond. And 50 ticks, of course, but that's irrelevant. We can speed that up. Okay, And this is going to probably then need us to make the electrodes. Okay, so if we have a look in the interface for it, I think the electrodes go up here. So let's have a look at electrode. No, is it not called? Is it not called electrode? Let's have a look. What are they called? Graphite electrodes. Okay, maybe I need to make that in. Okay, so we need to make hop graphite. And arc furnace electrodes blueprint. So hop graphite, fine. We can look that up, hopefully. Graphite. Hop graphite ingot is made from hop graphite dust, which we'll be able to make eventually in the arc furnace. But until we do, we'll need to make that, presuming the pulverizer. Well, that's a circular recipe. There has to be some kind of trick in it. Coke dust in an industrial squeezer. Is that the only way of doing it? I guess it is. Industrial squeezer. Okay. Coke dust, hop graphite dust. Let me just check that. Okay, so I've got the industrial squeezer up and running. I think it's going to pop out there, so I'm just going to grab an ender chest and put that down, just so this doesn't go everywhere. And this is straightforward to make, much more straightforward than the arc furnace, so I'll skip that on the camera. Need a few materials. The only new ones are these wooden barrels and the fluid pipes, which are underneath. So we just pop down 2 fluid pipes and then the 4 wooden barrels. You're going to want to make sure you want to click on this side right there, the side in between these two. You need to click that center wooden barrel, okay, and then it'll just assemble. This is now getting coke dust because I'm feeding in coal coke into this pulverizer, which is going into one of these blue marked inputs on the squeezer. That should then turn all of this and we should basically get us, well, it's about to actually trigger, I think. Let's see how fast it is. Hopefully it's pretty fast. There we go. And yes, that's not too bad. That's to convert, which should then pop out, I would have thought. If not, then we can always grab it. Yeah, if that's not going to pop out, it's fine, so I don't need the ender chest. I think we can always extract, but we shouldn't have to worry. This could well be for the any liquid output, because there is a tank available there. So maybe this is the output. Yeah, let's just have a look. If I put some item conduit, will it connect to both? Looks like it will. So that's always active. Set this to insert, and will you now? Yep, it's gone. It's into our system. Fine. So all we need to do is make sure that our pulverizer gets fed with coal coke, and it will start producing hop graphite dust. Now we could just chain that straight into a furnace. So that is one idea. Let's just actually remove that, because we're only ever going to need this in ingot form, I think. Okay, let's just quickly check. Hop graphite. It's already in our system. Are we ever going to need it for anything else other than ingots? Ingot, ingot, ingot. Get slag out of it, or ingot. So nope. Well, so we want a redstone furnace. That's the most convenient form. Let's make a couple of sets of bricks, I think. Yeah. That's fine. I've made a few of those. Okay, and then we can auto output from there. So this is going to accept. That's fine. And we'll make sure it... in fact, we could just put this directly on... Yeah, let's just actually do it directly, because it can pull. There we go. Furnace is there. We're going to pull from the back. There it goes. And we're going to output to the right. And the right will just be an ender chest. There we go. And top, we can probably get some power from that side. There we go. Compact unit, which should then produce our ingots. And since we've already got one in... Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Since we've already got one in the system, graphite, we can put that through right now as well. And the graphite ingots should be going back in. And we should have what we need for the graphites. Where are they? Graphite. electrodes. There we go. So we have to put in a metal press, or is there another option? Yeah, there is. We just need 4 ingots and an arc furnace blueprint. Arc furnace. Blueprint. Do we have the alternate option? Another recipe? Yes, there we go. Oh, that's common projectiles. Why would it give me the... Oh, these are just the different ones. Yeah, we don't have an option. We have to go for the right one. Where's the arc furnace blueprint then? Blueprint? Crafting components. Arc furnace electrodes. There's no recipe for arc furnace electrodes. Why? Why? Right, we're gonna have to investigate that one. That's not good. And it looks like it's going to force us to make it via metal press, which is okay. That's not really much of a problem. We just need to make another one, which I just did. And we're going to pop it back here. Again, in whatever space we have available. And then this should be able to make it from the the hop stuff. Yeah, it's going to take presumably 4. Or can we actually make... Yeah, it's going to take 4. And that'll make 1 electrode. Of integrity 50%, and then we can in turn maybe make well, improved versions. We'll see. Let's just drop this on here. 1 2 3 4. And are you going to make one? Does it pop up? Interesting. Just disappeared. Oh, it's got no power. That's why. I need a few more of the conduits. And we can just connect to the top. There we go. And in it goes. It should get converted. And that's 1 electrode. We should just pop off the end. And we can just make sure that that is just fed. I hate it when it does this. Unless we can actually rotate those with the engineer's hammer. But let's give it a try. Ah, we can. Good. I like that. Yeah, so we can just feed in one end and we'll get the stuff coming out the other end, which means I can put the electrodes in. We're going to need 3 of them, which means I need to wait for this setup to produce more, which needs more coal coke, which I think I have, or I should have in more abundance than I did have. Let's have a look. Yep, coal coke. So we're just going to convert that back into individual coal coke from the blocks and pop it in here. There it goes. So it's probably going to need a little bit more, maybe another stack or so that we can get another couple of electrodes. Once that happens, we can then insert lapis into this side, compress coal balls, I assume, into this side, and hopefully we'll get at least 1 diamond out this episode. Okay, for some reason this metal press isn't automatically feeding, even with a hopper. So putting 4 onto it should actually sort it. Yeah, that's actually working fine. And we should get the graphite. There we go. And I'll pop you in. And that is actually working. And consuming a huge amount of power. Oh my. But it is 88%, 90%, 92, 94, 96, and a diamond. A diamond! It's hard work to get to diamonds, but we've got diamonds. Large setup, I know, but pretty much now we can automate it. The thing we haven't got automated yet is lapis, surprisingly. We are just making it manually from, the atomic reconstructor, and there's a better way than that. But that's going to have to wait until next episode for us to automate the other side of this. However, I have connected the output here from the coal balls straight into this side right here. That's the input for the left hand side here, and on the right hand side we just need more lapis. So do I have any in the system? Yeah, we do. Let's just convert that back. Okay, and we can then make essentially 16 diamonds, although it's going to consume power like crazy doing it, which probably is going to turn on these overclocker generators as on full speed. Yeah, they're both on full speed, and they both have basically glowstone upgrades. So, and they're already drained. So we're going to need either a huge buffer or a better power solution. All right, so we'll leave that for the next episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have, feel free to like, subscribe, share as you normally would. And of course, click on the bell on YouTube if you want to get notifications that way, or via Twitter following @Greyduster. Otherwise, we'll see you next episode with some more Ultimate Alchemy, maybe some more power, maybe some automated lapis, and I'll see you then. As always, guys, thanks for watching.